Product development in Islamic banking is a very important subject. Basically, it's the core in terms of the product life cycle for Islamic banking. However, there are issues to be considered from Sharia compliance perspective regarding the product development cycle. As we know, the traditional cycle for product development is basically coming up with the new idea via the research and development process. When the new idea is formulated, then it will go through the technological and operational development for the product. This then will move into launching the product, disseminating the product in the market, and distributing the product. Then post-implementation review of the product. So where does Sharia fit within that process regarding product development and innovation in Islamic banking? Basically, the concept that is generated initially as an idea for product development in the Islamic finance industry, it should incorporate certain elements. It should be based on the constant Sharia rules. Those rules are unchangeable rules. And then it will build on those rules and taking into consideration the flexible Sharia rules. Many people talk about Sharia objectives within basically Islamic finance, or how we can embed and incorporate Sharia objectives in basically financial products provided by Islamic banks. However, no one addressed the issue of how this can be done. It's basically, we know there are Sharia objectives regarding everything. So the way that we look into it, incorporating those objectives in the product development cycle for Islamic banking, is we start with the first step when the Islamic bank comes up with the idea of the new product to be developed. Then the Islamic bank has to look into the implication of this idea. Does it meet the Sharia objectives? For example, the higher Sharia objectives of protecting the religion, the soul, the mind, etc. So when coming up with this idea, does it meet, for example, does it protect the religion of the Muslim society by protecting them from dealing with interest or basically traditional banks, interest-based financial transactions? If yes, so this product meets Sharia objective. Does it protect the people wealth? If yes, so this product meets the Sharia objective. And how it protects their wealth, basically, because it takes their investment or their savings, the banks invest this the fund and the customer savings in order basically for it to grow and pay profit to the customers. So this is basically protecting their savings, investing it in a Sharia compliant way, and growing it for the customer. So this is how we incorporate the Sharia objectives when we come up with a new innovation or a new idea for product development. Then when these basically elements are checked, it has to go to the Sharia compliance department in the bank and the Sharia supervisory committee for approval of the initial idea. Then this idea will start basically to be formulated on paper in terms of structure. Then the Islamic finance principle that will be used to offer this product, whether it's a musharaka partnership or mudaraba profit sharing agreement, or wakala, for example, an agency agreement, etc. And that will depend on the structure of the product and the objective of this product. So those are the initial elements to be considered in the product development process. The Sharia Supervisory Committee and the Sharia Compliance Department should be involved in every step of the product development cycle. So when the product moves in terms of the internal approval within the bank's different committees, like the Asset and Liability Committee in the bank, etc., or the committee that will approve any new product, then the concept as formulated in that paper will be approved by the Sharia Compliance Department and the Sharia Supervisory Committee. Based on that approval, this new product then will be basically developed in terms of the technological development, the system development for this product, and the development of the legal documentation associated with this product. Each step, for example, the legal documentation, will be basically reviewed and structured in line with the guidance of the principle that's used for this product and reviewed by the Shari'ah Compliance Department and the Shari'ah Supervisory Committee for approval. The Shari'ah Compliance Department will oversee the process of the product development from operational perspective in terms of policies and procedures involved with the product and the system development perspective. And it's very important and something that maybe many people involved in the product development cycle miss, that the system development is very critical for the product development process, because most banks, they use a core banking system that is basically based on the traditional banking cycle. And the way, for example, the profit is calculated, or basically if the product is based on an ijara principle, lease principle, the way the profit or the rent is calculated, it might be different from the existing core banking system. That's why it's important that from Shari'ah compliance perspective, the system is developed in line with the product, not the product is tweaked to basically to suit the existing system, which is based on calculating the interest rate. So this is very important, because even if there is a difference of a few pounds, a few pennies every month, on a long-term product, for example, like home finance of 20, 25 years, this will make a big difference. And it's a Shari'ah compliance issue if the profit distribution, profit calculation, or the system is not developed in line with Shari'ah, first of all, and in line with the product that the bank, the Islamic bank, is offering, and according to the principle that the product basically is based on. So this is a very important point. It should be basically noted. Then, when the product is ready, so before launching the product, the documents and everything associated will be reviewed by the Shari'ah Compliance Department, and then when it gets approved, it will be passed on to the Shari'ah Supervisory Committee for formal approval before launching the product. And that's basically to ensure that what has been approved before as a concept is being implemented exactly as it was approved. Then any issues during the development process, any Shari'ah compliance issue, it will be then referred to the Shari'ah Compliance Department and the Shari'ah Supervisory Committee to address and find a solution. So when basically the Shari'ah Supervisory Committee is happy with all elements and documentation of the product, then they will sign a Shari'ah compliance certificate, basically based on those, on the principle that's used, and other steps were basically reviewed in order to ensure that the product is fully compliant with Shari'ah. Then the Islamic bank will be able to launch this product in the market and offer it to customers with the peace of mind that it is fully Shari'ah compliant with Shari'ah. But it doesn't stop there. There is post-implementation review, which basically usually it is conducted by the product development department in the Islamic bank to ensure that the product meets the customer's needs. As we said in the beginning, there should be a market research to ensure that there is a need for the product in the market. It's not the bank basically launching this product because the bank wants to launch this product, or the bank needs this product for liquidity, regardless of what the market needs are. So it's basically, it should incorporate both needs, the bank, the Islamic bank, and the needs in the market. So then, as part basically of launching the product as well, the way the product is sold has to be addressed as well. From Shari'ah compliance perspective, the product should be clear, should be simple, easy for the customers to understand. The Sharia compliance principle used for this product should be also clear for the customer and explained for the customer. And the bank shouldn't basically overstate the benefits of this product or hide risks associated with this product. So those elements very important in selling the product from Sharia compliance perspective. Then the responsibility for the Sharia compliance department is to monitor the sale of this product, to ensure that those basically guidelines are followed by the bank and the sales staff in the bank, and to ensure that the product offers value and benefit to the society as a whole, and it's meeting customers' need, and it is sold to the customers of the bank based on their needs. Then what comes after that is the Sharia compliance audit, where basically the Sharia compliance auditor will take sample from the product sold to ensure that, and basically examine it to ensure that the product is sold and its whole cycle is in compliance with Sharia. If there are any issues found, then the issues has to be addressed with the relevant department or business area within the Islamic bank in order to be reserved as a priority.